Welcome to the podcast. I read it online somewhere. Your science questions answered.
This is episode 29 of I Read It Online Somewhere. We are here every couple of weeks to discuss what we have read online and answer your strange and wonderful science-based questions, like, what causes hangovers? I'm Amie and I failed science at school, but luckily for me, I'm joined by two science teachers, Andrew.
Hi.
And Ross.
Hello.
Our podcast is a look at some of the science stories we read online this week, and we try to answer your questions. If you do want to get in touch with us with your questions, please email us at ireaditos@gmail.com or on any social media at ireaditos.
Andrew, good to see that you could read along at the same time as Amie there.
I've been doing quite a lot of those like television prompter things on TikTok.
I'm glad that I wasn't looking at your face.
No, I'm so
because I would
sorry.
have been so put off. But I've not perfected the...
So, Andrew, you're a TV star. Tell us all about it.
Well, guys, I mean, what's to say? The price of fame is just amazing. I should probably point out, like, I'm making this bigger than actually I probably should. But yeah, so
You were on TV for a whole 3.5 minutes.
I will. Excuse me. It was 10, maybe 5. Maybe 8. But yeah, so folks, if anybody hasn't seen it, then please do go check out. I mean, you can check out all the other episodes; they're all really good. But I mean, episode 4 in particular is pretty good, of scary adult things. So I was interviewed for.
That can be found on BBC iPlayer,
a BBC Scotland program. So you can watch it live if you don't have iPlayer. You can watch it live on the 5th of April at 10:30 on the BBC Scotland channel. So it's a program called Scary Adult Things, where this guy Duncan is going around trying to ask questions to sort of see if it's okay for millennials to still do things or if it's sort of suitable. So he does like one on like, is it suitable for them to, you know, still be at home in your 30s? Mine is all about gaming. Is it still okay to play video games?
Yes, it is.
I know that was my answer. Spoiler alert. That yes, it is okay. And I just want to clarify as well that it was Pokemon Red that was in my Game Boy, and I love that game to the end of the world. So, yes.
And you're going to be buried with it.
I would happily be buried with it. It's sort of Egyptian pharaoh, sorry. I would take that to the afterlife with me. Except, I probably would want a new version because I don't want to delete my original game from 1998. Because that's what's on there right now. Like, it was really hard to... There was a bit where I turned it off. You can't see this, but it was filmed. But I turned off the Game Boy, and I was so concerned that I'd wiped my game. That I had a mini panic attack.
You should just buy another one.
Yeah, I know, I should, but then I was like...
Or does it save to the Game Boy, or does it save to the game? Like the...
Saves to the cartridge.
So it's saved to the cartridge, but you can only save one game. Like, there's no... You can't
is
save
there not a
multiple
thing
games.
that the cartridge has, like, a little thing in it that eventually runs out anyway?
Yes, but let's hope that never happens, because I love that game.
Let's hope that's an urban myth.
Yeah,
Nice.
let's hope so. So yeah, thanks, guys.
Science fact of the week.
The science fact of the week. Ooh.
Science fact of the week.
So, Amie, over to you for the fact of the week.
Fact
Thank you,
of the
Ross.
week.
Thank you, Andrew. So my fact of the week is Kleenex tissues were originally intended for gas masks.
Oh.
That's quite interesting.
Wait,
Thanks.
use it as a... Sorry. I realised
work.
I just did that on
Great
a
for a
podcast.
podcast, Andrew.
Yeah.
Just cover your mouth.
No,
For the tape, Andrew covered his mouth with his hand.
Wait, have you been watching Line of Duty?
I have
For
been
the
watching
DI
Line of
For
Duty.
the DIR. No, DRI. Digital recording
Instrument?
interview? Digital recorded interview. Digitally
I don't know. The
recorded interview.
acronyms on that show are
I
ridiculous.
googled some of the acronyms. That's
Chiz is my new one.
Chiz.
Yeah, what was Chiz?
Covert human
Intelligent spy.
intelligent something.
That's quite okay.
The spy
that's
bit
cool.
was made up.
But anyway, back to gas masks and tissues. So yeah, for World War I, Kimberly Clark invented a thin, flat cotton substitute that the army tried to use as a filtering gas mask, but the war ended before the scientists could perfect it. So they decided to remake it and make it a bit softer and market it as a facial tissue.
Oh, hold on, wait, Kimberly Clark?
Mm-hmm.
Like the people who like make toilet paper.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh, cool.
it's a kind of the same field, yeah.
Paper
Tissues,
for
toilet
your
paper?
body. Yes, it is.
Literally, it's the same. But yeah.
But what they had to do is they had to change the name because no one wanted to wipe their face and arse with the same tissue, same
Kimberly
brand
Clark.
of tissue.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So yeah, that was my
Is arse a swear
that
word?
was my fact.
That'll be fine. No one will know.
I apologize. There was like a weird silence
Sorry, Apple.
after you
It's
said
okay.
that. No, I think that one's okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
There's
I
like
think we'll
big
be-
swear words, you know, like.
It's a science podcast. We're using science things. Okay, and next we are going to what we
Just to be clear, arse is not a scientific word. Right, sorry.
for the DRI. Amy's getting really annoyed with Ross. And we're going to go over to what we read online this week. Ross is poised, but I'm not going to him. I'm going to Andrew first.
Hello there. So my thing I read online this week was that. Okay, so very quick question. Where do you think is the weirdest place currently? Not weirdest, strangest, unknown location. Where do you think we basically have found microbes?
You just swallowed a thesaurus? What's going on here?
Sorry. Where do you think is the strangest place that we found microbes?
Is this going back to like Mars or somewhere? I can tell by the way you're saying it. It's not on Earth.
It's not on Earth. You are correct to think of that. It's. I will justify that it's not Mars because that would be quite shocking.
Or one of these planets that we chatted about.
Nope.
These wee gremlins that are in Ant-Man.
Oh, the
Worms?
tardigrades.
Yeah.
No, I saw one of them on TikTok the other day. I mean, another well-known website that you can use.
A science journal. Ross, do you want to take a guess?
It's a bit
International
closer.
Space Station would be my only.
International Space Station is correct.
Oh, okay.
So,
Ooh.
microbes of unknown species, well, they were unknown at the time, have been discovered on the International Space Station. So these were microbes,
So not ones that have been planned to be taken up by us.
not ones that were planned to be taken up, and ones that we didn't actually have a classification for. So ones that we didn't know what they were until we grew them and looked at them. So there were 4 different types of bacteria found on the International Space Station, and it turns out that they are all bacterial and fungal type species that are found in soils. So my next question is, how did they get up into the space station?
Maybe they just from Earth.
Astronauts' lungs.
Oh, okay. Oh, no,
I
both.
was gonna
Okay.
say the thing, like,
Russian-
everything is like really like sanitized before it goes out. Like everything's like bathed
Russian
in
pea.
like gamma radiation to try and kill everything. So I would say it has to be something on the astronauts themselves because that's one of the main things. That's
Under
not
their
already-
fingernails.
Not under the fingernails, but where it was, and
Their shoes.
was
The poo.
actually in the soil that was taken up into space so that we could learn how plants grow
Oh, okay.
in
Okay.
0 degrees atmosphere. Not 0 degrees, what's it?
That's
Zero.
fair.
You're a science teacher.
Zero, yeah, but I've had half of this can and I think I've already forgotten what's going on. Zero gravity. Gravity 0. What's the word?
There is gravity in space.
Oh, right. Okay, so in
No
0.
oxygen.
No. 0. In low gravity orbit. There you are.
Yeah, that'll work.
Wow.
Cut it from there. Like, low gravity orbit. So yeah, so they found it all in these sort of things, but they actually found it like on the surface of the dining table. They found it on an old HEPA filter, which is obviously one of the filters that cleans the air. They found it in one of the pods, and in another research station. So it's absolutely mental that they found these bacteria that they couldn't classify at the time. Then they did classify them, and it turns out that they are actually very efficient at helping the nitrogen cycle, so trying to get nitrogen into plants. But they were more efficient at it than they had previously thought. So they discovered one strain called Methylobrum rhodesium, and then they named the other 3 IF7SW-B2T.
Wait, so,
And then
so
the
can I
other-
interrupt for a sec? So you said named. Does that mean like they've first been discovered on the International Space Station, or
So-
they're like no, that's the same as the ones back on Earth?
One of the species, the first one, Mytholobrum rhodesium, they knew that one. That was one that was a known bacterium, a known
Yeah.
species, but the other three were not known.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So, but then if you think about it, I mean, bacteria are so small that
Yeah. So,
you know, like,
how can we classify?
we
well,
can't classify,
Just
or,
now,
or
how can we classify everything?
we couldn't possibly name every single type of bacterium that's out there. But I just thought that was really cool. So they're unidentified species that we hadn't seen before, and yeah, they're closely
So
related.
were they
to some.
basically doing like an S1 science thing where you go around swabbing like door handles and stuff and just go, let's see
my
what
God.
grows?
I did that in primary 3.
But
Primary
yeah,
three?
that-
No joke, I did that in primary 3. I remember doing it with a Petri dish, and it was this weird gel, and some kids weren't allowed to do anything. Some kids had to go out and put their hands in mud. Some of them had to touch certain things,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you would see. We literally did that when I was 7.
Yeah, is that the one where like you touch the petri dish, or you touch
Yeah,
the
and
agar?
it's like
Yeah.
gel or something, and then you
Yeah.
see and then you close it. This wee dish. Really, I really remember that, and I was 7.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
obviously
you
stuck
could
with
you could
me.
easily.
That's good
our
fun
primary
science.
school do that. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Squad.
just
You can't destroy the dishes. That's
yes,
the only thing.
Why?
put them in a pressure
need-
cooker.
Is it what you need an autoclave to be able to destroy them?
An autoclave or genuinely a pressure cooker would do the same sort of thing. Essentially, you need to
If
boil
you're
them
7,
for over
don't do that though.
200. Yeah, you're right. As a child, yes, maybe not. But yeah, don't just tuck
I
them in
didn't.
the
I didn't worry
bin.
about the aftermath of that.
I know.
Great.
And look
Thank
where we
you,
are
Andrew.
now. I just clarifying, it's
Andrew.
not Amie who
For the
started
DIR.
COVID. Yeah, for
jeez.
the tape, Amie did not start
For the
COVID.
DIR.
Andrew is blaming Amie for coronavirus.
Okay,
Fake
moving
news.
on. So my story is next.
Oh, Amie.
So I'll
Right.
ask you both. If I was to offer you the choice of a glass of wine, and I said you can have got one that's white wine, say really expensive. I've got one that's quite cheap. Andrew's laughing because he's obviously read the story.
I didn't click on it, but I saw it in my list of stories that I was going to look
Did
at
you?
today.
We must look at the same newspaper. But what would you choose?
Wait, we didn't get a choice.
A really
Oh,
expensive
sorry.
one or a cheap one? If I offered you both, you weren't paying for them.
I don't have to pay for them.
But I said to you, which one would you prefer? I've got a cheap one. That's all I said.
I'd probably take the expensive one just so I could tell people, like, in the future that I've had this really expensive bottle of wine and it's just lovely in the nose.
I'm only giving you a glass. It's expensive.
Well,
Andrew?
I don't drink wine, so the cheap one's fine for me because it all tastes the same.
Okay, fair. So,
It's all about the bragging rights.
so there was psychologists that did a test, and they got, I think it was like 140 people, they put 6 wines in front of them, and they changed the price. So like there was a really cheap one, but they pretended it was really expensive, for half the people, and then the other half it was the real price, and everyone just said that the more expensive wine tastes nicer, even though
Wow.
it probably didn't actually
Yeah.
taste nicer. So it's just in your head that you think this needs to taste nice because it's expensive. But actually, things like
That's quite
wine and whiskey
interesting.
are really are kind of like up to you if you like that taste or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So yeah, I don't have much experience with wine, but I've got a bit more with whiskey. But there's definitely a thing of if you know how expensive the whiskey is, you go, oh, this is a lovely little dram here.
even if it's not lovely, it's only
Yeah.
expensive though.
Still
but if
burns
it's,
on the way down.
the older it is, expensive, but it doesn't mean it tastes nicer.
Yeah. Actually, some
Yeah.
of the really old ones don't taste very nice.
But that's just because they hardly have any bottles. Like a 50-year-old, you probably get like a fifth of the bottles or something.
Yeah, so the older whiskey is, the more you lose to the angel share every year, so the less actual whiskey you get.
That is my favourite thing. I love that. It's really cute. So yeah, that was my story. So Ross, since you were so poised,
A bit of the plane from the Wright brothers has gone to Mars.
is this true or
Why?
false?
So the reason I know this is because our first years are doing like we've been doing a massive project on the Perseverance rover, and
That'll kill a week of teaching.
it's amazing. Let's build this. Let's build that. No, guys,
Well,
we've
we've
clearly
just done
thought
Mars
about it quite
landers,
well.
where you have to.
Have you got to the stage where you're making a poster of it yet?
Yeah, we're making rockets. We're shooting off rockets tomorrow. I'm actually so
Oh,
excited.
that's quite fun.
Have you
Yeah.
started crashing eggs into the ground yet?
No, but we were making helicopters, like helicopters to throw off the banisters. It was quite exciting.
Oh yeah, so we do that. We attach eggs to it, and then you have to try and make the eggs survive.
Allergies.
Well, yeah, we now use chocolate eggs because
Easter.
people complained. Yeah.
But yeah, so the Ingenuity helicopter, Ingenuity helicopter is to do the first powered flight on Mars?
First powered flight on Mars. Yeah.
Is it like have you got a date for it? Is it like today?
6 days. It's going to take. So it's basically getting dropped by Perseverance today. It'll then take 6 days for it. Now, I'm not clear if that's 6 days on Earth or 6 days on Mars.
Where's it landing?
So on the bottom of the Perseverance is a capsule. The capsule's dropped, and it's now going to drop the drone. Essentially, it's just a small drone. And in 6 days' time, once the Mars rover is out the way, Perseverance is out the way, Ingenuity, which is the drone, will then try the first flight on Mars.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
And then if it goes well, there's 3 other planned flights that are all a bit longer and a bit further.
Cute.
But they're trying to do the first one safely. I think it's only to be something like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
To sort of imitate what the Wright brothers were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And interestingly, there's a bit of the Wright brothers playing in the Ingenuity drone.
It's so cool. Like it's absolutely fascinating.
It's crazy that we could sort of go and fly on another planet.
Yeah. Did you guys watch the landing of?
Yes.
That was just amazing. Sorry, I should have for the tape. Probably that question was directed more at Ross.
Yeah, I did not watch that.
But yeah, it was good because they had the parachute, the thrusters and parachutes. Like there was like a multiple stage thing. It wasn't just go in and then throw out a parachute. There was loads of different stages to it to slow the descent.
It's just it's
because
so
there's been
cool
quite
that
a lot
we've
of
got that
failed
far.
landings on Mars, so they've obviously perfected like these different techniques to try and land safely without destroying your £100 million piece of equipment.
Ooh. Nice. Thanks, Ross.
You're welcome.
And now we are moving over to the questions from the public. So the first question is okay, so this question actually makes me feel a bit sick.
Okay.
But it is, can you fart and sneeze at the same time?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think you can.
Oh, you totally can.
But when you sneeze, this is quite a Megan thing to say, but does your sphincter not close? You know how if you do certain things, all your holes close?
Yeah, so it does.
Is that right?
Yeah, you're right. So the sphincter is the muscle that it actually. So there's loads of sphincters in your body. It's just the ring of muscle that sits around openings.
Yeah.
But you when you essentially you sneeze, and as you sneeze, you don't build up a bit of pressure, but the sphincter kind of tightens a little bit, but you can still fart at the same time. And I would say that
But it's harder.
It's harder and quite painful.
Okay, nice. It just made me feel a bit sick, that question, but then I was like, oh, I'm kind of curious.
Great for hiding the fact you've pumped because you've just done a really loud sneeze.
Unless you do a really loud fart.
The sneeze is always louder. I've got quite a loud sneeze, so you know when some people just have a really mousy sneeze, it's like.
Do you know who's got the worst sneeze? Is my sister.
Yeah, you're not even sneezing.
My sister has the most annoying sneeze, and I asked her to change it, and she was like, "That's asking you." No, honestly, Andrew, if you heard it, I'll try and send you a video next time. It's so annoying, and she's like, "That's like me saying you should go and change your laugh. It's just part of me."
You can change your laugh.
Ho ho ho.
Very Christmassy.
try and do a different laugh without saying ho ho ho. It's really hard.
I don't know.
I hope that turns out well on the DEIR. Yeah. So that was that question, and the last question is, what causes hangovers? a bit of a link into my wine question, and okay, as Andrew takes the
I
loudest
drink a
drink.
beer.
So I saw this thing on Amazon where you can get something called a wine spoon. I don't know what it's made of, but you stir it in your wine, and it removes the sulfates, and that's the sulfates cause hangovers. Also, Aldi or Lidl, one of them, had made this no hangover prosecco, which was prosecco that doesn't taste as nice, but it doesn't have any sulfates in it. So sulfates must be very bad, because when you follow the curly girl method, you're not allowed to use sulfate shampoo.
What is the curly girl method?
Oh, Andrew, don't get me started. It's like a movement. But you have
It's like a cult.
it's
You have to
like-
buy in. You have to spend
Oh,
thousands of
no,
pounds.
wait, hold on.
No,
wait,
it's
let-
not.
Special shampoo.
Wait,
No,
hold on.
it's
Let me
not.
introduce it properly. So, tell me something that isn't a cult but feels like a cult.
It's not.
The curly girl method.
It's not like they don't tell you to buy our products. It's just saying that you should use things that don't have alcohol in them, perfume in them, are sulfate free and silicone free for your hair. Because I'm
Oh.
assuming sulfate. Actually, this maybe makes sense. Maybe sulfate's like dry, because curly hair, you need moisture. So
Mhm.
Ross is googling sulfates for the DIR. He doesn't know what they do.
I'm Googling
So I'm
curly
wondering if
hair
they're like a
girl.
drying curly
Well,
girl method.
my
I'm wondering
su-
if Ross.
sorry.
Whoa.
You just threw me under it, and I just wanted a chance to defend myself. But I'll defend
I
myself.
thought it
later.
was so I'm thinking they must be drying, and that's why you get hangovers as well, because you're dehydrated. That'd be quite a good theory.
That is why you get hangovers, because you're dehydrated.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if the sulfates cause that. Like they're a bit like silica jelly.
Oh, maybe. I mean, also the fact that
But
you
Ross
drink,
is googling sulfates.
like,
so.
if you-
Yeah, the top 5 hits are sulfites do not cause hangovers. Some of them even in bold, like capitalized NOT. Hint: it's not about sulfites.
What? Well, then what causes
Avoid
hangovers?
a scammer.
So, well,
With hangover stuff.
you are right. Dehydration is one of the main causes, and people think, well, how can you be?
What happens if
possibly
you do gin and
dehydrated?
tonic then?
But you're it's the fact that you're actually drinking quite a lot, so your urine becomes more water based, but then you're then going to go pee more,
Mm-hmm.
and then eventually there just comes a point where you're not peeing and you just become super dehydrated.
Is alcohol? What's the correct word? A diuretic? Is that the right word?
Yeah, Ross, that's not like that sciencey.
Yeah, but I'm still I'm still proud I knew it.
You sound like so shocked about it.
Thank you for the slow clap. So that makes you want to go to the toilet. And you're so full of water, so you just want to get rid of it all. But then at some point during the night, you're still wanting to go to the toilet, so you're still getting rid of stuff, but you're not replenishing it now.
No,
And
yeah,
that's when the
exactly,
hangover
and
kicks in.
that's when the hangover kicks in.
So should you have Diorolite?
You should
Yeah,
have water.
so you could have Diorolite, you could have water, or if you want to replace electrolytes but don't want to spend the price on Diorolite, because Diorolite is
A UV drip.
expensive and
UV? Is
like
that the right word?
disgusting.
Ivy.
Ivy.
Do not do a UV
Oh,
drip.
no.
The Donald Trump thing.
Oh,
no.
Trump,
Do not
what have
inject
you done?
ultraviolet into your skin.
An Ivy.
If you have a flat full fat Coke, it has sugars and
Oh, I
materials
really don't
in it
like
that are
full
just the
fat
same.
Coke.
Well, you can have diet, I suppose.
So I'm looking at Amazon. So there's a product called the Wine Wand. So it says here that drinking wine causes headaches, congestion, skin flush, hangovers, and upset stomach. So this wine wand removes histamines and sulfates.
What? Histamines? What?
So they're classifying themselves as a filter. Like I think this is actually quite bad for people. Like the one thing that stops me from drinking too much is because I get hangovers or because I'm sick. So if this stopped that could be quite dangerous.
I suspect it won't stop it.
Imagine no longer having to throw away opened bottles of wine. The wand restores open oxidized wine to its natural state using patent Phoenix technology. That's just a lot of words.
I'm just gonna crack out my cranky uncle app, and we're just gonna take us through this. But
Oh wait, no,
the-
we have to.
now
No,
we
we
have
have
to
to
hide that
explicit.
I can just cut that out.
but yeah, just put in. I read it online somewhere.
BBA free though.
As she said,
I'll
just
find a
just
beep
as it
noise.
goes, go. I read it online somewhere. But the well, I think I mentioned histamines there, right? Which
Yeah.
is weird because histamines you don't want to have histamines.
Yeah, but
Histamines.
it's saying it removes histamines.
I know, but I don't
Is there
think histamines
histamines
are
in wine?
not really. I don't think so. It's a hormone. Or is it a hormone? I think it's a hormone that you find in your body that causes the inflammatory response. Like causes you to have inflammation, which is why people take antihistamines.
Oh, also, it's not reusable. And it costs £17.
What a waste.
Wow.
No,
Just-
what a scam. This is a scam.
I'm looking at the reviews. Oh, Kate from London has won 2-starred. Not sure these are genuine.
Okay.
I reckon it's a genuine one, but I don't think it does anything.
Do you know what I imagine Kate's saying?
Must be a dud batch. That's Helen.
Kate's going, did you see what
And
I
she's
did
a
there?
size 8. Why does it say that she's a size 8?
That's super important.
They're all
Wait, hold
saying
on,
their
wait, hold on.
size.
Are they size 8 shoe?
I don't know. They're all just saying size 8.
Maybe in
Oh,
case anybody's
That's
found
maybe the length
shoes.
of wand you buy, is it?
I don't know. Everyone. Then Lady W, suspicious, has just put brilliant product 5 stars. Everyone else has rated it like 1 star. Don't buy.
Oh.
Bent, broken when arrived. Not good.
Lady W.
One
Do
of
you
my
see-
favorite things is Amazon reviews.
Do you see what Lady W's done there? It's a scam.
It's a scam.
It's a scam.
There's no way this product has that many 5-star reviews. Wait, go back. You had quite a lot there.
Oh wait, we've got some Mrs. P's a size 24. So this, I don't know what this size thing is about. And then some people are not disclosing
A
their
size 24?
Mhm.
I suspect it's not closed sizes.
Yeah. Well, no, it will be closed sizes. Women's
Really?
sizes go up to size 20. Like.
Yeah, what
you
size
get, like-
shoe do you know that goes to size 24?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. European shoes go to 44.
In
don't they?
fairness, Ross's shoes aren't far off that. Yeah, so. Oh, and then Peter Senkar. Oh, this is a verified purchase. Dodgy. Says, works as advertised. Cheers, 3 glasses of red wine. Emoji. But there's
He's
this
put
scam
wine
going on.
emoji in his thing.
There's this scam going on Amazon where you can get free products by emailing the seller and saying, if you send it to me for free, I'll give you a 5-star review. Because 5-star review is worth more to them than. Because how many times do you read stuff and then you're like, oh, I'll buy that because
It's
Cheryl.
got 400 5-star
Cheryl
reviews.
size 8 has said it's good.
Well, there's.
Oh,
I
really?
was watching the Amazon program. I can't remember if it's BBC or Channel 4, saying that lots of companies like start a product, get good reviews, and then they change it for another product. So you can like change the
Yeah.
product that you're showing, or you can have like multiple different products.
Mm.
So you have one good genuine product, and then you have a thing where you can like change the size, for example.
Or you
and
can
then get a
change the
whole load of-
product completely.
Yeah.
No.
I hate that there's
Especially
a
when
whole,
you buy Echo Falls, it'll be
there's
like.
whole markets of just selling stuff that's disguised as like with scientific words, like using stuff like histamine and sulfites to try and sell products that don't do anything.
Well, it's that, but it's the belief in science because it's got the sciencey words on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, loads of. I actually studied that at uni. A lot of female, like skincare and hair care brands will do that. They're just like say nonsense on it, like.
Well, Do you remember the advert for? I can't remember what product it was, but it was "Here comes the science."
Oh, it was Jennifer Aniston and L'Oreal, and she went now for the science part
Yeah,
and did a wink. That
Like,
was in
it-
like a
like-
higher English. That was in a higher English paper.
it?
Like a. I'm wondering if that's where you know it from because that really sticks with me. It was a higher English past paper.
I failed my English.
Well.
You might have ended up doing it the same year as Amie then.
Shots fired.
In fairness, I know I failed into English and had to redo that. Then had to
I
redo
failed
higher later.
English. I failed into English too.
How are you a teacher?
Because then I went back and got it. But like at the time,
Yeah, fair. It's quite hard. I had to get a tutor and it helped a lot. Sorry,
for the tape,
emotional journey.
Andrew's been
And really
exposed.
suspiciously like he never passed higher English.
What is it like? What is it they say in I plead the fifth. No comment.
But what were we talking about?
We're
oh yeah,
talking about science,
sciencey.
made up sciencey stuff.
But then you get the stuff on men, and it's always like cool, macho deodorant that makes your penis 10 times bigger.
Stealth
literally.
Max Fusion Power.
Is
Like
that-
that's the name of a razor. That's ridiculous.
Is that the name of the deodorant? Just for the tape.
That's Andrew's deodorant for the tape. Ross's
Just got
deodorant,
to
sorry.
make your penis bigger.
But do you know what annoyed me? And I actually got a commendation at school for it. Is there was what was it? It was shampoo that said, I can remember weird things from school, can't I? But there was like gone from like primary 3 right up to like Jennifer Aniston higher English past paper. Anyway, I can remember there's this like shampoo advert, and they were like, "We are pH neutral 5.5.
Yeah.
For all your hair needs." And I went into school and I said, I saw this advert and I thought pH neutral was 7.
That's
And
true.
then they were like, "It is," and I said, "Well, this advert's wrong." It really annoyed me. But not that I don't know why having a certain pH off balance would affect your hair.
Acids tend to clean things.
Well, then you kind of want it more
Yeah,
pH 5.
but
You want
people-
it
but
pH
people
5.5.
don't want like
The word
acidic
acid.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to strip my hair.
Yeah, but don't say. I'm going to try and
Anyway.
find this because honestly, I think it. Do you know what? And no, I don't want to badmouth them, but I think
But
I
do
know
you know
who
what
it
though?
is.
It's like
See,
your,
when you said that, I
It's like
remember.
your water, aqua water. You but
Ross is crying because it's a company called The Ordinary who do skincare.
Who do who?
And
Ordinary.
They do The Ordinary. Yeah. Ross wouldn't know who they were. Apparently
worked in Boots for the
maybe
tape.
we shouldn't say that. But apparently, for the tape, apparently run by a mob. Ooh. Maybe cut that out in case they come after me. But I bought this thing and it's called Marine Vegan Water.
Oh no. What?
No, aqua. It's got aqua in there as well. Because Ross is like, why are they just saying water?
it was like aqua water. I was like, what's going on here?
Oh,
And then I looked at the
no.
ingredients, and it was just the words aqua and water. And
Over it again.
Do you know what
Over and
I
over again.
found out?
Aqueous solution and aqua.
So like
something.
water, like smart water from Coke,
Oh, yeah.
right? Is like just water. Like there's nothing else in it. So you
Right.
get like a bottle of like if we're looking for
So
sponsors,
Evian's like tap water.
no.
So
So
Evian is
sorry,
just tap
yes,
water
yeah.
from
So
somewhere in France.
Evian and like is it Strathmore?
Strathmore.
Like they're like tap water that we would get here.
Yeah, so it's
But
got
like
bits of impurities
smart
in it, you know.
water is like almost like deionized water. I didn't realize this and was like,
Well, so it's
that's
just-
mental.
okay.
Why would you drink that? That's not good.
Mm.
It's better than raw water though. Have you heard about raw water?
No, I'm intrigued.
No, you're not. It's
Rain.
basically water from a dirty stream in America somewhere. Like
Oh, no.
Unclean.
Mm.
Like, and you're like, so up
Yeah.
here where obviously it rains all the time, so you can totally just drink the water on the hills.
Yeah.
Like you would be okay. Fast flowing stream, etc. But it comes from somewhere in like I don't know, America on the west coast somewhere, and it's like I don't think you can drink their water the way that it's intended.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mm.
I just thought,
Creepy.
interesting water, smart, not so smart. It's made by Coke. Don't
Yeah,
trust
because
it.
deionized water is when you can do interesting stuff like super freeze it and stuff. So you can freeze it and it doesn't freeze, and then you take it out and you like hit it on the table and then it freezes.
Oh, is that why that never works with like normal things?
Yeah, it has to be deionized water.
God,
So I wonder if it'll
honestly.
work with smart water. I'm intrigued
See-
now. I want to go and try it with smart water.
See this science malarkey? It's pretty good.
Yeah. So if you want to get in touch with us,
Oh, that's my bit.
You're
Sorry.
stealing
of course it's your bit. Do it.
You're stealing Andrew's thunder.
Sorry. Do you know what I was doing?
You were
For the
taking a
tape.
drink of your beer.
For the
You'd
tape.
given
I was
up.
right. No, well, hold on. For the tape, I had a case of beer delivered to my house, which didn't have a message, and I got really excited because I was like, "Oh, fans!" Anyway, turns out it was from a lovely person, Lee. Thank you very much. And I was like, "Oh, it's the perfect moment to drink." And then I was like, "Oh, it's really cool." But again, this is an audio format; it's not in video. And if you'd like to make in contact with us, please feel free to drop us an email at ireaditos@gmail.com or find us at ireaditos on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok and YouTube. Please feel free to drop us a like on our link tree, buy the coffee, buy some merch, and always send in your questions so we can read them out in the podcast. So thank you very much, guys. We will see you next time.
Yeah, please buy
Bye.
coffee. I've not had one in 3 months. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I
Are
should.
you?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No,
you
no,
go.
sorry.
I
Oh.
was listening at for the DIR.
I should,
Amie and Andrew are really awkwardly interrupting each other. Andrew, you go. I'm going to be quiet until you speak.
for the what's it DUI? What?
Yeah, you
driving
can
driving
have
under
a-
the influence.